So, before we talk about the next topic, I would like to answer these three multiple choice questions applying what we have learned from the present value and future value series. Okay? Now, these three short questions were actually given to those who have already watched my lecture series. But unfortunately, most of them got it wrong. So, as per opinion, it might be because, just maybe because of the fact that even if you understood the topic, you still need to practice analyzing problems by actually solving lots and lots of it. So, in relation to that, in this video, I'll give you the 3 steps that I know to solve the short and long problems. So, you have to treat this video as a way of me helping you solve problems, long and short. Okay? So, let's begin. So, let's start with question number 1. Okay? So, in question number 1, you wanted to buy an annuity that will pay you 4,000 a year for the next 20 years. So, you expect annual interest rates will be 8% per year over that time period. Okay? So, the question is, the maximum price you would be willing to pay for the annuity is closest to? So, that's a little bit nose bleeding, right? So, let's have the simple translation. Okay? So, if we translate it, it means you are to invest. So, the amount of investment is still unknown. But what is known is that investment will pay you 4,000 per year for the next 20 years until it becomes zero at the end of year 20. And another information known to you is that this unknown investment will earn 8% per annum. So, investment times 1.08. So, again, the 1 or 100% is for the principal and the 0.08 is for the interest. And the multiplication of that amount by 1.08 will be repeated for the next 20 years. So, if we translate the question is, what is the present value of the investment that you need to pay to get that investment? So, that's the simple translation and analysis for you. And actually, guys, there are only 3 steps in answering the problems. So, the first one is you need to read the requirements or the question marks before reading the whole case or reading the whole situation. Okay? Like in this, the maximum price you would be willing to pay for the annuity is closest to. That's the final requirement or the question mark. Again, when we translate this one, it's the present value that you would be willing to pay for the annuity or the investment. So, you must read that first. Why? Because it will give you direction on where your solution should lead you. So, you should read it first before all of this. Okay? And please, don't solve immediately without reading first the requirements or the final questions. Because if you do that, you might end up wasting your time solving for an amount that was not asked of you. Okay? And sometimes, you might end up considering given amounts in the problem that are not really necessary to get the final requirement or requirements or questions. So, again, the first step is you should always be reading the final questions and final requirements before you read the whole case or whole situation, and of course before you try to solve. Okay? So, the next step is to read the whole case or situation, but with the goal of interpreting or translating it to understandable terms. Of course, that is for yourself. And that already happened earlier, right? As you remembered, we translated this question or this whole situation into understandable form. Okay? So, you do it just like that. And please don't try to solve it yet. Okay? So in this stage, you just need to interpret and translate it to understandable terms. And actually, in this stage also, you can actually encircle or underline or mark the important amounts that you need for your solution. Okay? So that's step 2. And if you can do that, then you are already ready for the third and last step, which is the actual solving of the problem. So in here, you will now use your knowledge in the topic and then merge it with your understanding of the problem given. So those are the 3 steps, and these steps are actually applicable to all problem solving questions that requires analysis. Like, it's applicable to all accounting related topics and problems. Now, let's go back to the problem. And since we already did the step 1 and step 2, and actually, this timeline here is already the result of our reading and understanding the whole problem. Now, it's time to solve. You already know this. Future value or future payments times the present value factor, which can be extracted using the present value of 1 or PV of 1 ordinary annuity or present value of 1 annuity due formulas equals the present value. Right? Now, let's try to complete this. So, in the problem, we have the future payments of 4,000 each year. And then, since this 4,000 will be received multiple times over 20 years, and there is no mention if those payments from the investment will be received at the beginning or end of each period, then we will assume that those 4,000 payments will be received at the end of each year. Okay? So, because of that, we should use the present value of 1 ordinary annuity formula, which is 1 minus 1 plus I, and in this problem we have 1.08 raised to the power of negative n, and in this problem we have negative 20 or 20 years, over I, which is again 0.08. And if you summarize this, you will get the factor of 9.818, and so on, times this 4,000, and we will get 39,272, which is already the maximum price or the present value that you should be paying for the annuity or the investment. So that's already the answer. Okay? Now, that's the application of the 3 steps in answering problems to question number 1. Well, guys, you can actually use the long solution, in which you can draw a timeline for 20 years. And as if this is the end of the 20th year, then this should be 0. And then you need to work back and add back the 4,000. Then, after adding back the 4,000, you need to divide it by 1 plus interest or 1.08 to get the balance of the 90th year. So, after that, you need to repeat the process until you reach the beginning of year 1. And guys, I don't recommend that because it's very time consuming. Okay? So, please practice using the present value formulas. And actually, we have different problems in the internet. So, try answering those and compare it with the answers. Your answers, you compare it with the answers in the internet. Okay? So, now I need to cut the video. I will answer the next 2 questions, plus I will introduce a comprehensive problem in the next episode to keep this video short. So if you've learned, please click like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be updated on my next videos. So again, thank you for watching and see you on the next one.